Welcome back to the Orthodox Trucker Podcast. My name is Ian, and I am the Orthodox Trucker. You know, some days in trucking go exactly as you want. Most don't, however. You start out thinking it's a simple run, Dallas to Tulsa, routine stuff. But by sundown, you're broken down in Kiowa, Oklahoma, sweating in the shade, staring at a frog-shaped hole in the concrete, wondering if maybe, just maybe, God is trying to teach you something in the middle of nowhere. So, today we're talking about unexpected delays, parking lot providence, and what it means to give thanks even when the wheels stop turning. The day started easy. I was at the Dallas terminal, knocked out a quick local run, and then lined up my next load to Tulsa. My student has been with me for about a week now. We've settled down into a solid rhythm. Good guy. Field mechanic brain, quick wit, smart guy. We hit the road mid-morning, just another day on the job. It was hot, not just regular summer hot. Southern, humid, hot. But we were in good spirits. Our last load, gone. Trailer clean, miles rolling smoothly. Midday hits and we decide to stop in Kiowa, Oklahoma for a quick break. The Allsup's truck stop off of the highway, grab food, stretch legs, cool off for just a little bit. But when we came back out to fire up the truck, click, 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 nothing else. The voltage looked okay, 12.8 volts, but the fuel filter reservoir was dry. We tried bleeding the system. We got maybe a cup of diesel out. It still wouldn't turn over. We checked the fuses. Nothing was blown. For all intents and purposes, it looked like the fuel pump wasn't doing its job. Or maybe air had gotten into the lines. So at 4:30 p.m., we called breakdown. And then we waited. We set up camp on a pallet in the shade, made the best of it. Damped water on our shirts to stay cool, bottles of water, AC brakes in the store. It wasn't glamorous, but it worked. Then I saw it. Hole in the concrete by the pallet, shaped exactly like a frog. Like when they laid the concrete out, a frog had jumped out and fallen into it, making a little mold. Legs, arms, little frog body. I pointed it out, and we laughed. That became the unofficial mascot of the day, the Kiowa Frog Hole. At one point, another driver pulled in, and while he was working on his truck, doing some last-minute repairs, he sliced his hand open on a box cutter. Blood everywhere. EMS rolled in, police too. His hand was wrapped in a towel, and his day was clearly worse than ours. My student and I looked at each other. We were hot, but we weren't hurt. We were stuck, but we weren't stranded. We were delayed, but we were not defeated. That's when it really sank in. We could have broken down at highway speed, on a bridge, on a back road, in traffic. Instead, we pulled off for lunch and broke down in a parking spot, with food, with water, with shade, and with each other to keep morale up. In the mess, the grace was obvious. We waited, and nearly 6 hours later, around 10:30 p.m., Love's mechanic finally showed up. He looked things over, ran his hands over the fuel system, and within minutes, he found the problem. A loose fuel filter. It was just loose enough to suck in air, throwing off the pressure and preventing ignition. He tightened it, bled the system again, reprimed it, and just like that, the engine roared back to life. We climbed back in the cab, said a quiet thank you, rolled north into the night, and made it safely to Tulsa, Oklahoma, which is where I'm at now. It's currently 12:30 in the morning. I'm sitting in my truck in the middle of the night transportation parking lot here in Tulsa, and I just want to say, glory to God. There's this phrase we say a lot in Orthodoxy. Glory to God for all things. Not just when the engine starts, not just when the miles are smooth, but also when you're stuck in Kiowa, Oklahoma, sweating on a pallet beside a frog-shaped crack in the pavement, waiting 6 hours for a fix. That's when you'll learn to slow down and give thanks for what didn't go wrong. We didn't crash. We weren't stranded on the road. We had food, shade, water, and eventually the help we needed. Sometimes God's mercy looks a lot like breakdown in a safe place. Sometimes it looks like a mechanic who actually knows what he's doing. And sometimes, just sometimes, it looks like a frog hole. Something small and silly that helps you laugh through the heat. Thanks for riding along with me today. This is the Orthodox Trucker signing off. Keep your freight tight, keep your faith tighter, and when you break down on the road or in your heart, remember, God's still there, even in Kiowa, even in the waiting, even in the frog-shaped hole in the pavement. Glory to God for all things. Now, if you excuse me, I need to get to bed. Thanks for listening, my friends. If you'd like more Orthodox Trucker content, visit the blog at orthodoxtrucker.com or follow us on Spotify and YouTube at the Orthodox Trucker Podcast. Don't forget to give a like and a thanks. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm going to keep that in there. Thanks, everyone. See you next time.